I love that I get to meet with the people who are actually impacting people's lives. It is so rewarding to sit down with an organization and see the work that they're doing, seeing the daycare and the kids running around, and it just kind of fuels your little fire and reminds you that this work really matters and what we're doing impacts people in a very real and direct way. I went to Ball State and I had the opportunity to spend 3 legislative sessions at the Indiana State House helping to track and advocate for higher education related data. Fun fact, Sam was the one who hired me. Sam Snideman, our Vice President of Government Relations. He always jokes that he saw on my resume at the time that I worked at Waffle House for 6 years throughout high school and a little bit of college as a waitress. And he saw that and he joked, if you can work at Waffle House, you can work anywhere. And so he hired me as an intern, and then he really helped spark kind of my research interest, seeing the impact that research can have on enacting policy, which then in turn obviously helps people, which is my main focus. We're both what is affectionately known as Waffle House babies. So my mom and sisters worked there my whole life, and his mom is a manager at Waffle House and has been his whole life. Then working there for 6 years, I developed these really amazing relationships with customers, and it's kind of crazy to think about, but an older fellow who comes in for coffee every day, and you know that person, you get to know them. And as I was headed off to college, I had worked there for several years at that point. They, without me knowing, had created this fundraiser that anytime I wasn't working, they'd have a big jar on the counter saying, this is for Andrea's, college fund, and everyone was contributing and people would slip me money, and it was just this amazing experience where before I left, they presented me with one of those crazy big jumbo checks. I get emotional because, again, I love that experience I had at Waffle House. Those people made so much of a difference in my life, and again, it really felt like family there, and that was just really incredible. I definitely feel like my team and I are super close, and particularly Denise and I have developed this pretty strong relationship, and she almost presents like a motherly figure to me. We went to a conference together last year, and we were put on the smallest airplane to ever exist, and me and her were this close physically, and it really kind of brought us together via our thighs touching. I joke that I have the best job at the organization just because I do get to do some of that head down work and dive into the research so that can impact or inform our work. And data, yeah, it can sound boring, but really it's not boring. It's super interesting to be able to see we're doing all this hard work and we can see it in these numbers. And again, I get to build these relationships, and I have such cool and strong and fun relationships with the data stewards at these organizations. I get to write their reports and help assess what data would be most impactful for their annual reports or for another funding opportunity that they might have where they can obtain more money to help more people. And so it's super fulfilling and really rewarding. And it also, again, it helps me realize, remind me about how the work we're doing here really does make a difference. So it's great. It's a perfect fit, and I'm here.